And the United States and Israel's war on Iran has pushed up the price of nearly everything. In the early days of the war, the global supply of oil, gas and fertilizers was the main focus of this crisis. And FIFA's decision to release the latest tranche of World Cup tickets, coinciding with the 50-day countdown mark for the tournament, has left fans more frustrated than excited in advance of the biggest sporting event in the world. And football's global governing body announced yet another last-minute ticket phase on Wednesday, with tickets for all 104 matches available on a first-come, first-served basis. Tickets are available in the 3 previously open categories, and as well as the new front category pricing it added this month.
That President Donald Trump has said he ordered the United States Navy to shoot and kill any Iranian boat laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz, a move that could jeopardize the fragile ceasefire between the two countries. The U.S. president also said on Thursday that the military will heighten its efforts to remove explosives from the strategic waterway. That the story of embattled compliance Delve keeps hitting twists and turns. TechCrunch has confirmed that Delve was the compliance company that performed the security certifications for Context AI, the AI agent training startup that last week disclosed a security incident which led to a data breach at popular app and website hosting giant Vercel. That app and website hosting giant Vercel on Thursdays said hackers had accessed some of its customers' data before the company discovered its recent data breach, suggesting that this incident may have broader security implications than initially known. In an update on its security incident page, Vercel said it had identified evidence of malicious activity on its network preceding the early April breach after it expanded its initial investigation.
And the Philippines has millions of unbanked adults, and its consumer lending market is starting to catch up. Salmon, a Manila-based consumer finance app, and just raised $60 million in equity and $40 million in debt to bring digital banking to Filipinos. Salmon was founded by Pavel Fedorov, George Chesakov, and Rafi Montemayor, all of whom previously worked at Russian Digital Bank and Tinkoff. Montemayor was, in fact, Tinkoff's first employee in the Philippines and led the company's expansion in the country since 2016. In March 2022, the three parted ways with Tinkoff and launched Salmon. And Lenovo has officially launched the ThinkPad T14 Gen 7, quietly replacing last year's ThinkPad T14 Gen 6. The laptop was first shown at MWC 2026, but sales have now started in select markets. And the entry-level model includes an Intel Core i5-325 processor. It comes with 16 gigabytes of LPCM2 memory and a 256 gigabytes PCIe Gen 4 SSD. And the standard model also includes a 60 watt-hour of battery and a 14-inch IPS display with 1200p resolution. And Xiaomi has introduced a new version of its tablet in China called the Redmi Pad 2 Pro Learning Edition. The device is based on the Redmi Pad 2 Pro launched in September 2025, but this model is positioned more directly towards students. The Redmi Pad 2 Pro Learning Edition features a 12.1-inch display with 2.5K resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. And Xiaomi has used matte glass on the screen to reduce glare, which is intended to help during extended study sessions. And the Sindh Education Department has issued new instructions to private schools regarding fee collection after the start of the 2026-27 academic year. Additional Director Registration Rafia Javid said the academic session began on April 1 and directed schools not to charge matric students beyond March 2026, as they are currently appearing in examinations.
That Pakistan rejected Indian propaganda linking it to the 2025 Pahalgam attack on Thursday, deploring that the neighboring country was focusing on weaponizing its false narrative in the midst of an ongoing regional crisis. The April 22 That 2025 attack in Pahalgam saw 26 people, mostly tourists, killed in what is being described as the deadliest armed attack in the disputed Himalayan region since the year 2000. New Delhi blamed the attack on Pakistan without any evidence. That, for its part, Pakistan strongly denied the allegations and called for a neutral investigation.
and the National Disaster Management Authority, NDMA, through its National Emergencies Operations Centre, NEOC, on Thursday issued a nationwide alert warning of an intense heat wave in several regions until May 5. The authority also forecast rain, windstorms and thunderstorms in parts of the country between April 24 and 29. The NDMA urged the authorities and citizens to activate response measures and take precautionary steps. And the US Department of Justice said on Thursday that it was immediately loosening restrictions on some marijuana products and accelerating the process of reclassifying the drug as less dangerous in one of the biggest changes to US drug policy in decades. The Trump administration immediately moved FDA-approved marijuana products and state-regulated medical marijuana from a group of drugs classified as highly addictive to one that has a low to moderate potential for abuse. And on a bright Tehran spring day, Sanaa Ghaznavi Street, with its mix of shops selling groceries and household goods alongside fast food and flowers, seems like an everyday place. In a country where lives have long been buffeted by crises, it is a snapshot of a people just trying to get through the day while their future hangs on forces beyond their control. And after months of speculation and delays, officials have announced that the teen girl found in Singer D. Veed's car died from multiple penetrating injuries. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office on Wednesday announced that they'd ruled Celeste Rivas Hernandez's death a homicide, noting that the 14-year-old died of injuries caused by an undisclosed object or objects.
That Mr. Beast's media company has been sued by a former employee over claims of sexual harassment and workplace gender bias. The 27-year-old, real name Jimmy Donaldson, is the world's most followed YouTuber and employs more than 500 people.
And the US Department of Justice has officially reclassified cannabis as less dangerous, marking a major shift in the country's drug policy. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche on Thursday changed the classifications of products containing marijuana that are covered by the Food and Drug Administration or that have received a state medical marijuana license. They will move from a Schedule 1 narcotic like heroin to a Schedule 3 drug on par with Tylenol with codeine. And the United States Senate has taken the first steps towards reopening the Department of Homeland Security after approving a budget framework that would fund immigration enforcement agencies. Despite opposition from the Democrats, the department has been partially shut down since mid-February after Democrats demanded policy changes following the fatal shootings of 2 protesters by federal agents and Alex Pretty by federal agents in Minneapolis in January. And the parents of 7-year-old Makan Nasiri are the only ones who have been unable to bury the remains of their child after his school was bombed on the first day of attacks across Iran by the United States and Israel on February 28. Washington did not claim responsibility for the devastating attacks on the Shajare Tayyebe, the Good Tree Elementary School in Minab, next to an Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, base in southern Iran's Hormozgan province.
That residents of Gaza's Deir el-Bala are heading to the polls on Saturday for the territory's first municipal elections in more than 2 decades. Hoping to restore local governance while still reeling from Israel's devastating war, the central city was selected as a testing ground for a revival of the democratic process because it sustained less infrastructural damage than other areas in the besieged enclave. Nevertheless, the scars of Israel's genocidal war there are.
And as the US expands its war with Iran, opposition is growing, not just among the public, but inside the military itself. Some service members are questioning orders, exploring conscientious objection, and speaking out. What's driving this shift, and how far could it go? In this episode,
That WhatsApp is adding prepaid phone recharges in India in a move to get more users to transact within the app, even as it struggles to gain meaningful ground in a payments market dominated by Walmart-owned PhonePe and Google Pay. On Thursday, That WhatsApp said it is partnering with fintech firm Pehel to roll out prepaid phone recharges in India, allowing users to top up mobile numbers for major operators, including Jio, Airtel and Vodafone Idea, directly within the messaging app. The feature will be made available to all WhatsApp users in the country over the next 2 weeks, Pehel confirmed to Tech.
And Tesla has revoked the interim pay package worth $29 billion that it gave its CEO Elon Musk last year, after the Delaware Supreme Court recently restored his larger $56 billion compensation award from 2018. And the company had given Musk the interim package in August 2025 to hedge against the possibility of Delaware's highest court rejecting his appeal. And Tesla had explained to investors that the interim package would be voided should Musk prevail. Here cannot be any double dip, the company wrote last year.
That tens of thousands of Samsung Electronics workers held a rally at the company's Pyeongtaek campus in South Korea on Thursday to signal they are prepared to walk off the job for an 18-day strike next month. The dispute at its core is over money. The workers' union wants Samsung to scrap its performance bonus cap and redirect 15% of its operating profit directly to its workers. Samsung has not agreed and talks have stalled. Meanwhile, the electronics giant is fighting the union both in court and at the negotiating table.
And Strictly VC's first San Francisco event of the year is nearly here, and with just a week to go, now's the time to grab yourself a ticket. And the venture and founder communities will be gathering at the Centro Filipino Cultural Center on April 30th for an evening packed with what Strictly VC does best, engaging in enlightening conversations with excellent speakers and with ample opportunity for networking that drives outcomes. And we're excited to announce one more speaker is joining our lineup. Eclipse founder and CEO Lior Susan, who has recently raised $1.3 billion to solely back physical AI startups. And that extensive investment will be explored in detail in our discussion with him as he shares his vision for what autonomy in the real world could look like as the convergence between the digital world of AI and our physical world evolves.
Punjab has begun using its Safe City surveillance network to detect vehicles emitting excessive smoke and issue electronic fines through a newly established EPA monitoring desk. Officials said enforcement during the current month has led to action against 211 vehicles, with penalties crossing 1 million for violations of emission standards. Lahore EPA Deputy Director Ali Ejaz said pollution remains present in summer, but its impact appears lower due to seasonal conditions.
And Oppo has introduced the Watch X3 Mini in China, expanding the Watch X3 series launched last month. The new model comes with a smaller body and keeps many of the smart features found in the larger version. And the Oppo Watch X3 Mini features a 1.32-inch AMOLED display with a resolution of 466 by 466 pixels. The screen reaches up to 1000 nits peak brightness and is protected by sapphire crystal glass. And the watch measures 42 by 43 2 by 11.8 millimeters. And Microsoft has announced new pricing changes for its Xbox Game Pass subscription service. 2 of the 4 available plans will now cost less, but both will lose immediate access to new Call of Duty titles. And the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate plan will now cost $22.99, down from $29.99. Under the updated structure, subscribers will no longer receive new Call of Duty games at launch. Instead, and future titles will be added during the following holiday season, roughly 1 year later. Existing Call of Duty games will remain available in the service. And Asus officially confirmed its exit from the smartphone market in January, but a new leak suggests the company is still working on tablets. Fresh renders have now revealed the first look at the upcoming Asus Pad, along with several key specifications. And Islamabad. The Federal Board of Revenue's (FBR) Directorate General of Customs Valuation has increased the customs value for 62 models of older and used mobile phones, saying the move was aimed at aligning assessed values for duty and tax purposes with prevailing market rates. It emerged on Thursday. The development comes after senior FBR officials had assured a National Assembly Parliamentary Committee last week that mobile phone rates would be reduced in the upcoming budget. And a US naval blockade of Iranian ports is likely to squeeze Iran's oil output in the coming weeks, but claims it will throw the Islamic Republic into economic freefall remain premature. Analysts say after weeks of bombing and counterstrikes, focus has shifted to the standoff in the Strait of Hormuz, which ordinarily carries around a fifth of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas.